What's up?
So yeah, quarterback-wise, what have you seen so far?
Just an extension of the spring and summer. Both guys are growing. I think the attention to detail right now is on the things that they know they got to work on. Each one of them has different strengths and weaknesses, but be very similar to timing last year, and that we've done every year back to 2021 at Fresno State. So same mechanics on that, and the guys will be getting equal opportunity and doing a good job.
What's the biggest area of growth you've seen from each of them in the summer?
The summer, I'd say Keelan did a better job taking care of the football in the summer than he did the spring. And then with Austin, I thought he was better on the run out of the pocket. I thought he really grew in that regard.
Last year you rotated offensive line a lot. Is that something you plan to do this year, or are you trying to find best five?
Best five. Now, we always, there's injuries, guys that got to move in and out, things like that, but certainly want to get the gel right away.
What have you seen at the right tackle position with David James and Nick Brooks?
They've both done a good job. They battled back and forth in spring. Nick did a good job. We moved him around quite a bit. Javen really was just at right tackle. So seeing Nick in some different spots was really good. But both those guys, obviously Nick's massive, uses his size well. He's an incredible athlete for his size. And then Javen is probably one of the most savvy players we have up front. So I think both those guys are, getting their footing and trying to show demand, like this is my job. So they're doing a great job. Left guard, Will Sanders is back. It's been fun seeing him out there. We haven't seen Will for a little bit, full speed, because he had an injury in the spring. And then even, going through the summer, he didn't get a rep very much. So seeing him out there and building reps right now has been exciting because, I thought Will was a heck of a player last year as well. He's done a really good job. And then Mal has been a guy that just really has, grabbed on that spot, tough, smart, and he's an excellent communicator, really done a nice job. So I think it's going to be a heck of a battle there.
How close are you to knowing who the best five is?
I think we're a little ways off yet, if I'm being honest. I think we got some time here. We got a lot of banked reps, so we've seen all these guys, with the exception of Will. Most of these guys have been out there quite a bit, so I don't think it obviously is going to take all of camp, but you'd love that to sync up with your quarterback decision so that you can get some unity going into the game week.
How much more valuable is experience here in this program versus transfer experience from another college?
What do you mean? The guys that have played here, you're saying? Oh, I think anybody that has experience year one to year two at Alabama, myself included, is you're just going to be a step ahead. You come here and you know the expectations, you know what it feels like, and honestly, you get a little more excited, in my opinion. So I think those are the guys that are leading all the people and helping them understand how special this place is.
Last year we heard a lot about execution and communication in the running game. What have you looked at from a coaching standpoint, from schematics and sequencing that can improve the running game?
Simplify and do your best stuff. Don't get inch deep and a mile wide. Do what you're good at and be great at it. And Coach Clem has done an excellent job with, helping build that. Been between him and Rich Owens, been super excited working with those two guys and resurrecting the run game, and we will. What's the criteria for winning the? That's a good question. I think that you're still looking at the guy that's going to make the most plays. But part of that is understanding there's more than just catching the football. And the good part for us is I think we got 5 to 6 guys, especially when Noah gets back, that we can move around a lot of different spots. And it's always been one of the things that I think makes this receiving core special, and we've used in other places, that guys line up all over the place. Ryan, on the outside, Ryan in the slot, just moving these guys around. So I think one of the pieces is obviously having good command of the offense. Those are the guys that are easy to plug in almost anywhere. Yeah, I think the biggest thing about Clem is, that when you're looking at a position coach, you're like, does this guy got command, and is he a master teacher? And when I hear Clem at practice, it's always coaching points. Even if he's upset, not upset, it doesn't really matter. There's a coaching point. There's a process going on. That's what has always impressed me. There's an immediate answer. There's a solution, and the guys know what that is, and they can move on quickly.
How can Josh Ford impact the blocking with the tight end room?
Awesome. Ford's been great, man. His mindset, demeanor, how he works. I just think he's a big guy, right? You're talking about 6'5.5", 270 plus pounds, and he's just a force in there, the Y position. But the guy that we're excited as well is Danny Lewis. Getting that guy back, you got 2 real Ys that are, proven blockers, guys that can do it in this league. And then you got Caleb Edwards. You got 3 guys that are long levered players that are going to be impact players in tight end room.
Given Lewis's injury history,
Just let him play. You know, he's out there. He's cleared. Our medical staff, you know, from Jeff to our doctors have been absolutely amazing. And then, you know, Danny Lewis might be one of the best stories of camp. You know, just watching him and the resilience that kid has had to be able to come back out and compete at this level has been, it's really inspiring. I mean, for coaches too.
What's been your impression of EJ now?
EJ's young, you know, super explosive, runs out over his toes, has good balance. He's thick with the ball. He runs physical. He runs bigger than he is. He's got speed in the long end. He's just got to learn the game. He's got to learn how to practice full speed all the time. He's a great kid. You know, he wants to do it. He loves being here. He's an Alabama guy. But he's physical. He's tough. He's got great hands. Sky's the limit for him. But he's got to learn the game. He's got to know how to practice, and he's got a good shot.
What do you think of the way the running back room stands right now? Kind of what comes to mind?
Daniel Hill, you know, is a guy that I think people are going to be really impressed. The transformation that, you know, Daniel's had with his body. He's been a really lean in the 230s, you know, low 230s, even in the high 220s. He runs different. He's got good agility. He's got great command of the offense. He's super intelligent, excellent pass blocker. I think it starts with him. AK's been making a ton of progress. Kevin Riley, coming back from a broken jaw, has put the weight on. He's explosive with the football in his hand. You know, we talked about EJ, and then TB is Brown's made an impact as well. So I think we got a lot of weapons in that room. It's highly competitive. The guys know that every rep counts, and they've been prepping that way.
If memory serves, you named Ty the starter after the first scrimmage last year. Do you anticipate needing both scrimmages to make that decision this year?
Yeah, I think we probably will. Just younger guys, making sure we got every ounce of data we need. But if it's the first scrimmage, it's the first scrimmage. If we feel good about that after that point, then we'll name that. Obviously, the longer your team can have their starter name, the better off you are. We don't worry about the other team and who they know it is or isn't. We just want to make sure we make the right decision.
Is Monday the first day in pads, and how much anticipation is it?
No, tomorrow is.
Oh,
Tomorrow, yep.
What kind of a truth teller is it to get into pads?
Oh yeah, it's always been the science versus like fiction books, right? I mean, like we're out there whacking each other around. I'm really proud of how our guys, like, no pads, we practice physical, and we've done a good job on both sides of the football, understand how to play, you know, with physicality, with no pads on. So I think tomorrow they're gonna be popping. You know, I feel there's already been a different energy in this camp. Even compared to last year with some veteran guys. I think, you know, you attribute that to a lot of open jobs and competitive young players.
You let us know about Jackson pretty early.
Yeah.
Seeing him kind of embrace that role of being left tackle and kind of improve himself physically.
Jackson's really stoic, you know, to the point where you wonder about, like, what's this guy's confidence level and things like that. And I think that's one of the things that I've seen with Jackson, even in camp so far, is just the confidence is starting to come with his ability. He's a super talented guy, big, physical, you know, crazy athletic. But I think the savvy he's already playing with at the age he's at already is impressive. His communication skills are still getting better, but yeah, he's done a really good job of that. Thanks, everybody.